We spoke about how you become an influencer on Instagram. Now we're gonna explore this with Nazli, how you can work with an influencer. Nazli Ozgur is founder and CEO of Moongate. She comes from Turkey, and she's gonna speak about choosing a suitable influencer for the campaign. Give it up for Nazli.
Hi, it's work, yeah. Hello, my name is Nazli. Thank you for the introduction. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. I'm a travel blogger and influencer, and yesterday we were talking with our friends here. Actually, I don't like the word influencer at all, and it's a very common thing among many influencers. But we must acknowledge that we live in a digital world, and being an influencer is one of the most important professions today in the digital age. And it's true that we influence people with our experiences, styles, opinions, and sometimes with our emotions. So let me talk a little bit of myself, and I would like to tell you about my journey to become an influencer. Actually, I remember those days very well. I've been on Instagram since 9 years, and to be more precise, since the first week that the application was launched. One day, I was on holiday with my friends, and we were on the way from the beach, and one of my friends said, you know, there is a new application launched this week, and it's called Instagram. And of course, I asked her, what is it about? And she said, you know, it looks like Facebook. People are posting photos there. The first thing I thought was, why would I post the same photos to another application if we already have Facebook? Because, you know, in those days, Facebook was more or less the only, but certainly the biggest social network in the world, and it wasn't discovered by our grandparents yet. But I'm a quite curious person, so the next day I downloaded the application, and I got very surprised because, first of all, the photos I saw there were not like Facebook friends and family photos. They looked much more professional, and they were mostly like landscape, portrait photos. So, since photography has always been a passion to me, I bought my first analog camera on 2000s, during around 2000s. And since I was already on holiday, which means a lot of content, I started to take the photos of beautiful beaches, sunsets, charming cocktails, dogs and the cats around, and I started to post on Instagram. But the first results I got were quite unsatisfying because, first of all, my photos didn't look like the photos I was seeing there. The colors were not impressive. There were some elements missing. Then I discovered editing, which is now today one of the most important features of Instagram. So it's true that in the beginning, Instagram was only a photography application. But by time, it became one of the world's most important social networks. The first time I realized that transition was around the time that I started to regularly post about my travels. Suddenly, I started to get questions from people that I don't know at all. And they were asking me, where is this place? What is the name of that restaurant? Would you recommend to stay in that hotel? Or how many days would be enough to visit this city, or when it would be the best time to visit that country. Then also my transition from being a regular corporate marketing manager to a full-time traveler, blogger, and since 2 years, influencer marketing consultant has also started. So today I have 232,000 followers on Instagram, and I mostly share about traveling, which makes me a travel influencer, obviously. And although it sounds like an interesting and exciting work, it has many necessities and obligations like any other work in the world. For example, during the travels, you need to wake up very early in the morning to take the photo of a certain place, like Svet Stefan. without anyone else around. Or sometimes you walk up to 20 kilometers per day with a very heavy bag because it contains all of your photography equipment like the camera, different lenses, the drone. You need to plan each and every step of your days and sometimes even of your outfits. And sometimes you do crazy things like swimming with the sharks, paragliding, parasailing, eating strange things, which I have never done and I don't think I will ever do. But all those things have one goal in common. It's to produce the most unique content and is to inspire people with your experiences. So speaking of the content, a powerful content is the only tool that the influencers have to convey their opinions, their messages, attract attention, and to gain loyal followers. A high quality and good influential content is what makes an influencer an opinion leader, a pioneer, who is trusted by, who has very emotional, genuine communication with the followers. And this bond with thousands and sometimes millions of people is something invaluable for the brands because you are a digital brand in a digital world where people consume content. So I don't want to bore you with the figures, but here on this slide you can see the size of influencer marketing today. So it's not surprising that there are thousands of people out there who want to become an influencer. And I'm sure the influencers in this room would agree that it's one of the questions that we most frequently get from the people. Well, there is not a magical tip in it. First of all, of course, you need to work very hard. But what I usually suggest is that define who you are, how you want to change the world. Is there a message that you want to share with the people? Think and find your niche, the segment that you best fit in. And of course, once you find it, you need to regularly start to produce content. It's not enough. Not to mention that the quality of the photos and the videos you are sharing with the people should be very high. And you need to pay attention to your usage of words, the way you are delivering your messages, and the way you are expressing yourself. In addition, you need to follow the trends and inform your followers about those trends. But it would be the perfect case if you can be the one who set the trends. And there is one thing which is very important is that you need to be consistent because consistency is what makes your followers convert into fans who know exactly what to expect from your feed, from your content. And finally, I should say that, of course, you need to interact with your followers. You need to reply their questions. You should be the one who is asking them questions. And if they spend time with you to say that your content is inspiring and it's very good, you should also, of course, thank them. And there is one big trend in the world, which is storytelling. Stories are always inspiring and engaging, and because it allows the listener imagine your story, and also it offers an opportunity of interaction between you and the listeners. Actually, I would like, how many minutes left? 3 minutes. Okay, then I will skip that. Screens are gone. And one last and very important element is that you should do the technical analysis of your Instagram posts. We will be analyzing this during tomorrow's workshop, much more in detail. But in summary, a good technical analysis allows you to understand your followers and their needs. And it's always important to compare your posts in terms of some numbers like the reach, impressions, profile visits, the number of the saves and the comments, your rate to hit the explore page, and of course your engagement rate. But we will talk about it, discuss about it tomorrow. So To conclude with, I must say that there is room for everyone. It's not too late. Yes, the competition is very fierce on social media, but as long as you have a passion and you have something unique to share with people, you will be successful. You just need to invest on yourself, and thank you.